There. This is my fourth episode of Gen X versus AI. Appreciate you watching. Um, little little background again. I'm kind of being selfish doing this. I am determined to learn all about AI. And I know if I do these live videos, it will force me to study and learn it before I do a video. And that's exactly happened. So I do these every Tuesday. So I had to jump in and spend the last couple hours learning something. Where normally, if I was not doing this, I would not have done it. I would not have gotten there. So the whole idea is this is to force me to get on there and research and study. The theme of today is 10 tips for ChatGPT specifically. So I have learned a lot, actually, just a few hours in the last few hours. I've learned a lot. So my goal is to go through that with you. Um, for these lives, I really kind of want to do a little bit of uh, AI and robotic news in the first section, then kind of a review of what I'm going to go through, and then spend the rest of the time obviously going through that. Um, if you really want, my belief and where we're going with I urge you to watch my very first video in this series. I spent a lot of time, kind of going over my belief. I think things are going to change extremely fast. Um, Computers, right, came about, and it seemed like it took about 15 or 20 years before it was a household, in every household. Um, and then certainly the internet coming about in the 90s, but it really, took off in the 2000s. And AI, I believe, is going to happen extremely quick. Uh, Life as we know it, I think, is going to change dramatically in the next three. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos where they're really advising you do everything you can to live the next 5 years, because if you can make it that long healthy, AI and the medical breakthroughs are going to really expand the life longevity. So I urge you to be healthy um, and do whatever you can to survive that to the next phase of life here with AI and robotics. Okay, so a little news. Elon Musk, has created that Neuralink. I know he's had one patient on there that was a paraplegic that um, they inserted the Neuralink in his brain and has been able to um, had a major change of life because of that. Let's see if I can just do a quick Google search, right? So look up this, maybe look up this story, but what that Neuralink has done so far. But the updated news is that he is now going to do two more patients. So my understanding is shortly here, he will have three new patients. Let me see if I can put recent news. So, so he's already. And again, This is all about being able to interact with computers and AI and technology and robotics by thinking. So, again, my thoughts on that is once this is proven, once this starts taking place, things can move very quickly, meaning it's not 20 years away until we can all, if you want, have some kind of neural link, that you have a thought and it happens. I see that becoming very possible in the next 10 years, maybe even 5 years. So things like that are going to happen extremely quick. So there's some updated news. Okay. So again, today is really my last episode, which I did cut short because I had an audio problem, which I apologize for. But it was all about the different LLM models. So a quick review. We certainly all have heard of ChatGPT the most, and what that is a large language model. Okay. Um, and it's funny because I keep forgetting. I have to keep referencing. The chat makes sense. You just chat with this large language model, but what does the GPT stand for? GPT, I wrote it down here, means generative pre-trained transformer. So chatting with a generative, right? It generates an output. It's pre-trained with terabytes of information, and it transforms your chat or your question into an output that you're looking for. So that's my interpretation of what it means. So again, the GPT means generative pre-trained transformer. So there are multiple LLMs at this point. I didn't understand that even a few weeks ago. I didn't know if all of these softwares and apps that we're seeing were runoff of ChatGPT or what they were really. So again, doing this YouTube lives has forced me to understand this and learn about this. So are the top 10 AI LLMs. I'll say that. Let's see. So ChatGPT is the most well-known, and they're going to give you different versions, right? So I think there was a ChatGPT 2.0, 3.0, 3.5, and now the newest one is the 4.0. And I guess that has just been an amazing leap from the 3.0 or 3.5. And again, this is free to use. It's just eventually there'll be limits. So if I keep using, I have not paid for any of these yet. But eventually, if I keep asking it, it will say I'm a power user or something like that. So tip number one, right? Today's theme is also 10 tips. Is if you get blocked because you have used up the amount that you can talk to it per, and I think it resets every day. It's per email. So I have multiple email accounts. I use Gmail, and I also recommend is my other emails. You go in and you create a Chrome profile basically. So this is my main personal account. Okay, this Gmail I created very specifically for what we're doing here. So and whoop, don't want that. Okay, so very specifically, I created this email for this production or these YouTube, Facebook lives. Okay, so if you get timed out, create a new Gmail and set it forth. So I think that is one of the big problems. I have a meter here that shows when you can hear me or not. So I don't know if anybody's on the live, but let me know if you can hear me, because I don't want. Let's see if I can turn that one off. Okay. So I think you can still hear me, so I'm going to keep going. But if you go in the top right, you and go to the bottom of that list, you can add a Chrome profile or sign into that. You're really just signing into the new Gmail that you created, and then that creates a new profile. So when you jump between these, it's really a completely different browser. Um, anyways, then you can create another ChatGPT if you wish. Okay, so that is tip number one. Multiple emails allows you to keep using this once you run out of whatever it gives you. Okay, so the second one that's coming up here is Claude 3. We played a little bit with that in my last episode. That looks like it's an independent company. So, an independent company that owns that. So, ChatGPT is OpenAI owns that. Okay, Claude looks like it's another company, uh, but very specifically, this Gemini 1.5 is Google's version of LLM, large language models. So basically, it's Gemini 1.5 is Google's version of their ChatGPT or their AI. Minstrel looks like a French version. So we played a little bit with that. This is a new one. I've never. Oh, here's Meta. Okay, I thought Meta was a different name, but looks like Meta or Facebook is coming out with their own. Okay, Command R I've never heard of. Gronk is the other one I played with a little bit. So Gronk is Elon Musk's Twitter/X, his LLM model. The other thing that I've learned is Elon Musk was originally an investor in OpenAI, and he wanted OpenAI to be very specific, free, and for humanity. And then when the team started going, and again, this is my understanding. It don't take anything as gospel that I'm telling you. That please do your own research. I'm just trying to portray my understanding of these. But so Elon and certainly a paid for service versions. And in the meantime, Elon has now created his competitor to that, is my understanding, and that is this Gronk XAI. And each one's, I guess, have their pros and cons, so you just got to play with each one. I asked this one, and ChatGPT kind of told me what the um, what the pros and cons are. Inflection, I am not familiar with. XGen, and so again, this is funny because I think there's different ones that are not showing here. I can't think offhand what it was, but I thought there was another one that I'm missing. Let me try this again. Oh, uh, so this happened last time too. The funny thing is DeepSeek, right? The Chinese version of LLM is not on this list on either one. So that is interesting. So that is very political. That's why they say sometimes you can't trust what it says. Do your own research. Sometimes it hallucinates, you name it. But it does not list DeepSeek in here. So that is very funny to me. Now, I am very curious. Now I want to play a little bit. Let's go to this other model. I might have saved these actually at the top, but I forget. So this Claude 3. So now I'm in Claude 3, I believe, and I did sign up recently. So this must tell me all about it, but I want to ask the same question. What are the top 10 AI LMM models? Well, I'll just leave it at that and see what it comes up with. So this is the Claude 3. I'm going to copy this because I'm going to do it in the other models and see what they come up with. Okay, so GPT 4.5. So that is your chat GPT. The Claude, they put themselves number 2 here. Gemini 2.0. So these are going to the newest versions. And that's the Google version, right? Oh, it's interesting, actually. Well, ChatGPT, let me go back. Did I have the search on? Because again, I get confused, right? So look at this. So if you don't put that, I think the knowledge base is older, right? I think it's back to October of 2024. But if you put the search on, so let me ask it the same question and see if it comes up with the up-to-date information. So again, I'm just playing just to give me a better understanding. So this to me should have a more recent. Oh, it didn't. So it still said Gemini 1.5 versus the 2. There's Meta or Facebook books version. Oh, it did mention DeepSeek. Now that's interesting. Okay, so it's possible because I don't think anybody heard of DeepSeek or it was even known until maybe December or January. Correct me if I'm wrong, but DeepSeek I do not think was really published until December. So if before I used the search um, and it did not list DeepSeek, that may be because it was not out. Perplexity, that's another one I keep hearing about. So maybe that was not out. And Microsoft Copilot. So this is a completely different list based on, right, me turning on the search. So remember that, right, that you're not going to get the newest information unless you turn that search on, is my understanding. So again, we could double check that. So going back to Claude 3, which assumes, yeah, so as of April 2025. So this looks like it does default to the newest information, this Claude 3. So it is listing Claude 3, Gemini, DeepSeek. Gronk 3 is the X AI, the Elon Musk. Meta's version, Minstrel or Mistral. Okay, I think that's the French version, right? Um, so Alibaba has one. Inflections, I'm not familiar with. Falcon, I'm not familiar with. So, okay, now I want to ask the same question. Let's do this. So I'm on Claude. Can I go to Gemini? Okay, so now I'm on Gemini. It try Gemini. And I do want to save these two. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're back. Even though this is live, the good thing is I can go back and cut those parts of the video out. So going back on Google's version of this, Gemini, I don't know which Gemini it is, but I put the same question, right? Search what are the top 7 AI models like ChatGPT, and let's see what it came up with. So of course it put Google Gemini number 1, Claude number 2, Meta, okay, LL, I don't know, is Llama, are they kind of using a name for it? Minstrel, Cohere command, I'm not familiar with that. Microsoft Copilot, okay, so it did not give me DeepSeek. So let's see if I go top 10, if the Gemini version will include DeepSeek. So again, I'm just having a little fun here to see if these different models are being political or not, right? You know, whether they're leaving out DeepSeek on purpose or they just don't count it as one of the top 10, you name it. So is definitely not in this list, and this is DeepSeek. So let's try the Minstrel. No, the Minstrel here. Am I see it? You know what? It takes me to, let's see, ChatGPT. Oh, I know why. That's another thing we're going to cover today. So I have the ChatGPT extension, and on that extension, it says ChatGPT. I turned on the ChatGPT search, meaning when I use the search box at the top, it is searching ChatGPT for internet search. That's why it keeps coming up with the ChatGPT and does not look like normal Google search. So very interesting. So this is right. Which one are we on? The Minstrel. Okay. And I'm going to ask the same question. And I just want to see what it comes up with to see if one of these does include the DeepSeek. I know I hate typing, so soon I will have a microphone where I'm just talking to it. So I'm going to put this top 7. We'll go back to the top 10. And let's see what, again, Minstrel comes up for the top 10 LLM models. And this, I believe, is the French version of LLM. So it's coming up. It's funny. It didn't put ChatGPT in here. Oh man, I think this is really funny. So what are the top 10 AI models? Again, I don't know. Is this political? Is there a way that I have no idea, right? But I mean, it is pretty funny, right? So it's saying Gemini. Okay, so Google's model. Copilot is Microsoft's model. Poe, I am not familiar with. Hugging Chat, not familiar with. You, I'm not familiar. Perplexity, I have heard about. Gronk, right, is the AI, is the XAI. Notebook LM, I'm not really familiar with. Data Camp and Amazon Code Whisperer. So it looks like Amazon has a new one. Boy, it did not put ChatGPT, which I think technically is number 1, and certainly DeepSeek. Let me go to top 20 and see if it shows it with that. I'm entertained by, oh, look at that. So they did come up with more. So LAMDA, DeepSeek is number 12. I don't know if these are in order. Um, OpenAI Playground. I don't know. Is that ChatGPT? Is that OpenAI is certainly that company. Claude, didn't they already have? So is that what we would consider the ChatGPT? So um, interesting. Let's see. Testing one, two, three. So I apologize. My mic keeps going out. And now maybe my camera, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure why these are, my camera's not working.